Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo. We're here at the South Park Center in downtown Los Angeles. I'm here with Scarlett Urbano with her movie, Jasper. Let's take a look at the clip.
Is she dead?
What? No, that's not... She's fine.
Are you saying that the person who could go down in history as the first ever time traveler is doing this to fix a breakup?
Yes.
Not to see the Beatles in concert or anything like that?
I just need to make sure that I do things more intelligently.
Right.
Scarlett, thank you so much for being here and congratulations on Jasper.
Thank you very much.
For those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Jasper's about a young inventor who wants to invent a time machine so he can go back in time and save his relationship with his ex-girlfriend.
It's a brilliant story.
Thank you.
It's an absolutely brilliant story. Now, one thing that was interesting to me is that this was set in my home country, and it was so brilliantly British. I was like, wow. And then I discovered you're from Mexico, and I thought that's brilliant. I love it, and it was just so brilliant. Where did your inspiration come from in creating this story?
Honestly, mostly Doctor Who.
Oh, there you go.
I watched a lot of Doctor Who.
Yep.
And you know, I got into it when I was, just about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I watched the show and I liked the relationship the companion and the doctor had.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to do something similar to that, but in a less alien way.
Yeah.
Something more grounded to Earth.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think Steven Spielberg was a big influence.
Yeah.
You know, 80s Spielberg.
Yeah.
And Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Those sort of classics.
You had all those elements in that film. Like, you know, you really felt that. It was really good. And I just loved that it was a really great story, you know, like really, really awesome. And it all connected so well together as well. Now, I thought your cast were just like brilliant.
Oh,
like,
they're amazing.
Love them. How was the casting process for you?
I mean, it was a student production, so we just went on a site called Casting Call Pro. I don't know if we have that in
Casting
LA.
Call Pro,
yeah. And, you know, I looked through everyone. You know, I typed in a few ages, you know, the ranges I wanted, and I messaged all the actors and actresses that I wanted to have audition. And yeah, I mean, we went through like 20 Jaspers.
Wow.
And we found him pretty early on.
Yeah.
So it was great to have him there and write the script for him.
Yeah.
And then
he seems like the perfect Jasper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like you couldn't imagine anyone else playing that role. Like
he
was fantastic.
He's lovely to work with.
Yeah.
Matilda Howe was a little bit harder to find. That was her first film.
Really?
So, yeah. So she was fresh out of drama school. She didn't have anything on her Casting Call Pro resume yet.
Yeah.
So we were like, I don't know if we want to bring someone that doesn't have any film experience yet.
Wow.
But we saw her headshot and we were like, we have to call this girl in.
Yeah.
And she blew us away.
She's got that sort of like Natalie Portman sort of situation going on, you know, that was really interesting. Yeah. Keira Knightley, yeah. No, I thought they were fantastic and their dynamic was really, really great together. Now, when you're making something that's like, you know, this epic, you know, and this machine that was built, like, I mean, how do you go about creating something? Because I was fascinated. I was like, my God, where did they get the ideas to create this machine? How was that process for you?
I think it was just working with whatever we could get our hands on. I contacted a prop house in West London who rents out really big pieces of machinery for production design, and I actually ran into the art director for Doctor Who there when I was turning back all the parts. And I was like, look, I made something compared to the, similar to the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And he was like, great, bye. But yeah, I asked him if I could borrow some, the prop house owner, I asked him if I could borrow some parts, just anything that I could bring back to my apartment and put together as a time machine. None of the parts worked. I just got a bunch of fairy lights and...
Wow. I thought you probably made a time machine. I was convinced. That's amazing. That's phenomenal. What was the biggest challenge that you had?
The biggest challenge was, I think, yeah, I think it was building the time machine.
Yeah.
And making it seem real and selling the story.
Yeah.
You know, because without the time machine, you don't really
Yeah.
have the
It's
story.
the centerpiece, isn't
Yeah.
it, of course, of the whole film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, finding Claire was difficult.
Yeah.
I think for me, directorially, it was tough to shoot this scene in the pub.
Yeah.
With the whole timelines clashing with each other. So, yeah.
That was really tense. Like I was like, oh my God, don't be seen. What happens if he gets seen? And like that note, and wow, like that was not what I was expecting. You have to watch it if you've not seen it, but that was not what I was expecting. I was like, oh no. And then it was just such a beautiful, it was really, really, really great. Now you kind of had these elements that it did feel very like, you know, like Spielberg-y and science of it, and you know, and the part where you're like, he's disappearing, and I'm like, wow, how do you do that? That's really incredible. Like, what sort of team or experts do you have to sort of help create that atmosphere, very kind of futuristic atmosphere?
Well, I'd never done VFX before.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, Oliver Sanders. He's an animator, and I was like, can you do something like this? And he was like, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. And it was him. It was also Seb Armstrong, and it was my colorist as well, James Westlake. And just the four of us were trying to figure out how to make. Even the watch was a VFX as well, and we were just trying to figure out and wrap our heads around trying to make a sci-fi with VFX stuff for the first time. So yeah, that was, I think, you know, that might be another one of the biggest challenges we had.
Well, I mean, they did a fantastic job. Now, this journey, this film is fantastic, and like, you know, originally from the beautiful Mexico, from wonderful Mexico, and then obviously living in San Diego, and then you studied in London, which is great, and obviously that probably gave you inspiration for making this particular project. And then bringing that to LA, partner with NewFilmmakers LA at the home of the Academy Awards, celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month in this insane venue. What was that experience like for you last night?
Surreal, so surreal. I mean, I think it's one thing to walk into the theater, you know, and see the two Oscar statues next to the screen.
Gave me the goosebumps when I saw that. Yeah,
like chills all over. And then there was another moment. One of my favorite moments of the entire night was seeing the lights go down for the presentation to start, and still seeing the outlines of the Oscars next to the work that was being presented. Yeah, that's unforgettable.
You won't forget it, will you? Know.
No.
That's. I mean, I was so proud to see your film up there, and it was so proud to see all the great talent that we had there that night. And it's, you know, it's great because you guys deserve to be there, and you know, I'm glad that the Academy get to appreciate that as well. What is next for you?
I'm writing 2 shorts, and I have the skeleton of my first feature film.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Is there any elements of Jasper? Is it clearly a short? Is there an extension of it, possibly?
I'm working on it, but I'm trying to find the right story for it.
Got it.
When I wrote it, it was very what I was feeling, raw in the moment, and I don't want it to just be something that I extend. Yeah. Just for the hell of extending. Just for the hell of it, yeah. You know.
I love that you're doing that, because some people just like, they go off a short film and they just make a feature version of it, but you're looking for a right extended story. I think it's really good that you're doing that. Listen, Scarlett, you're wonderfully talented. Thank you so very much for your film, and we look very much looking forward to seeing much more of your work, so thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Scarlett, everybody, Jasper.